The show starts in 1 minute.
Good evening, folks. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody. I can't hear myself. These are new headphones. I'm having trouble hearing myself. Well, that ain't good. Hang on. Oh. How about now? No, sorry. Hey, my name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. It's my Tuesday night live stream. How are you? Coming up on the show, I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to eat some stuff. I might play Wordle. Here we go. How about now? That's fantastic. I'll just go with these. Let's see who's in the chat, shall we? That's really loud. Let's see who the first three in the chat are today. Oh, here's the comments. Today's gold medalist first in the chat. Noah. Congratulations. World record holder in how many gold medals that kid's won. Our silver medalist, it's Joey's World. And bronze goes to Keith, BDF. Was that way too loud? It was to me. But here's the thing. Last week, I thought my music was much louder than it. When I watched the replay of the show, it was much louder. It wasn't as loud as I thought it was, so you could barely hear it. More on that in a second. Let's see who else is here. Sir Gary of the Beaches, welcome in. Paul Eichenlaub, good to see you. Uper Wisdom Videos, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Catherine Wilby, good to see you. Joey's Best Bud, that's Keith. How are you? With the medals there, yes. Mar in Memphis. Mar, always a pleasure. My sisters, hey. PTV Research. Did I do something to the volume? Everything's crazy loud. Anyway. I don't care. Oh my goodness, what is this? Sir Gary of the Beaches with a super chat. Please do not eat anything strange tonight. I can't handle another night of it. Nor can I. Gary, thank you so much. You are too kind. And I will follow your nutrition. I assume you're a nutritionist. And I'm going to follow your recommendations. I will not be eating. Oh, that's not true. I will be eating something I found from the dollar store tonight. Sorry. But it's not strange. I won't call it strange. So I guess I'm still following your orders. So there we go. Thank you again. Captain Akron, welcome into you. And then there's regular Pepper Tree Villa. Mom and Dad, hello to you. Thanks for tuning in, sharing a bit of your Tuesday with all of us. What Gary is referring to, if you aren't familiar, I was a guest along with D&G Explorers on Pepper Tree Villa's show. Okay, I'll knock it off. They did a show called The Taste of Dollar Tree. And we all had purchased things we found at Dollar Tree, and we tried them out last night. So if you missed that, go back, check it out. It was quite fun to be a part of, and hopefully it was fun to watch as well. I think it was. And I had some interesting items, including, and I had never seen this anywhere else. It was a bag. I think they were Mexican potato chips, and the potato chips were standard, but it came with a little packet of Valentina hot sauce. And you were to put the hot sauce on your potato chips as you ate them, and it was delicious. It was very flavorful hot sauce, not too hot, because I can't handle that, but it was had a great flavor to it. And somebody in the chat had mentioned that's the best Mexican, hot sauce around. Not the hottest, again, but yeah. Laura, welcome in. Rhonda is also here. Great to see you. Emily Angel, new to the channel. I I just said park live streams every once in a while. But it's I live about 70 minutes away from the park, so it's not always easy for me to get there on Tuesdays, except during the summer. I'll be there in the summer doing park live streams because I'm a teacher and I have the summers off. So to answer your question, thank you for being here. Hopefully you like what you see. I also have a TikTok. Anyway, J&N Travels, welcome in as well. Yes, Gary, last night's show was interesting, and I didn't eat everything. I didn't show off everything I had purchased from Dollar Tree. Again, if somebody would be so kind as to put the link in the chat for that live stream, and we were all eating things from Dollar Tree, the Dollar Trees around us. Most everybody else on the show is out in California, but Dollar Tree's Dollar Tree, isn't it? Dollar Tree's going to have a part in my top 15 list later in the show. And, yeah. Well, speaking of, I guess I was just speaking of it and then I got sidetracked. But, I had purchased a number of items, but I didn't show off everything last night. But I've got a couple of items here that I'm going to try right now, which leads me into a segment I like to call Jim's Eating on Camera Again. Now, as you know, it's the Easter season. Do they call it that? Anyway, everywhere I look, there are Peeps. And you know what Peeps are. They are the marshmallow candy treats that really infest retailers this time of year. And Dollar Tree is no exception. I happened to find a couple of flavors of Peeps that I hadn't seen before. And one I saw on Life with Ben, which is a show you can see Thursdays. Actually, you can see anytime, but he drops them on Thursdays on Pepper Tree Villa. So let me show you the first of the two that I found. I did not enjoy these yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy them right now. Peeps aren't my favorite. These are sparkly wild berry flavored Peeps. I'm going to give them a try. And I assume they're going to be okay. I mean, Dollar Tree has some sketchy stuff. But Peeps, they're just getting bigger and bigger. So, anyway, let's dig in. And longtime viewers of the show know I have some Eaton music to fill the void as I'm stuffing my face. Disney Nerd Herders are here. Welcome in. Nerds! Guys. Also, Jamie is here. Hey. Okay, so here's my eating music. Okay, Rhonda says they don't look sugary enough, and I think that's why I'm not repulsed by this. I don't have the tolerance for sweets that some of you probably do, but this is actually not bad. It reminds me of some other fruit flavored candy. This is a horrible review. I would have to think about what they remind me of. Oh, and they're not vegan. Oh, neither is most pizza. I like to say I aspire to be vegan. I'm not quite there. Cheese is hard to give up. Anyway, not bad. I could have another one of those and enjoy that. It is sweet. It's marshmallows. It's just sugar, but whatever. Anyway, there is a second one that I'm more curious about. This one, and perhaps you've seen these in stores. These are donut shop coffee flavored Peeps. So I guess this is going to. I can't imagine there's real coffee in here. This is just perusing the ingredients. Yeah, there is absolutely no coffee in here. Just things that mimic the taste of coffee, right? So, but I saw these on Life with Ben, and that was after I had already purchased them. Mars with me. Yeah, cheese. It's not only is cheese in everything, but it's delicious. I haven't had meat since May of 2019? Yeah, that's correct. But I think I've had cheese every day. Not every day, but you know what I mean. Okay, so more eating music. Hello, Simba 2. That looks like a poop emoji. Not as good as the sparkly wild berry Peeps. Though not horrible, but they're not great. I won't have any more. I feel I've got to cleanse my palate with the other one. I don't eat marshmallows much, really, other than when making s'mores, which, when it comes to desserts, and I should make a top 15 list of my favorite desserts, but I'm a simple man when it comes to desserts, and I think s'mores and chocolate chip cookies are in my top 3. S'mores are so delicious to me, and so is a great chocolate chip cookie. Now, there can be some not so great chocolate chip cookies, but like a Toll House, fresh out of the oven, that is hard to beat. Speaking of desserts, Mara, you haven't had meat since 2011. A pescatarian, are you? Do you call yourself that? Good for you. Yeah, my wife and I, we watched a documentary, and we listened to a podcast hosted by Dr. Michael Greger, who's not a kook. He's got numbers and medical papers to back up everything he espouses. But he made the case for a plant-based diet, and we said, let's try it. And we're still trying it. Walmart has vegan marshmallows, says Rhonda. I'd be interested in that. Again, I'm not, but they're vegan. I would try those, absolutely. And Mar is a pescatarian. Good for you. And Rhonda seems to have, she eats meat sparingly, and that's cool. We don't force our kids to follow a plant-based diet. We certainly didn't do it till our late 40s, So it's just real quick, and I'm not a prophet or a preacher or anything, but if you're wondering why we do it, it's just it has to do with animal protein maybe not being the best thing for your body. And if you hear the stories of vegans, they'll tell you that maybe had high triglycerides and high this and high that, and they went to a vegan diet. All their numbers, just about all their numbers, improve. So all my numbers are pretty good without medication, with the exception of blood pressure. I do take medication for that. And what's the vitamin that vegans lack quite often? Is it D? I think sometimes I take a supplement for vitamin D because vitamin, or is it B? Darn it. Maybe it's B. Anyway, one of those. Maybe both. But that, whatever vitamin I'm trying to think of, is found in meat, and it's because cows and whatever, they eat things that have those vitamins in there and whatever. Boring. B12. Thanks, Rhonda. Okay. This past weekend, last week, I showed you a couple of pictures and talked about our trip to Gainesville because we went up there to tour the campus of the University of Florida. And just to recap a bit, our son has been accepted to the University of Florida and also accepted to Florida State University, which is in Tallahassee, our state's capital, Florida. So this weekend we went to Tallahassee to tour that campus for a second time. So we've been to Gainesville a couple of times, and now we've been to Tallahassee a couple of times in order for the boy to make the most informed decision that he can. This is the biggest decision he's ever made for himself, so he wants to get it right. And I applaud him for being so diligent, for not, making a decision willy-nilly or for any reason that somebody else might have. So we went to Tallahassee, and I took a couple of pictures. I didn't have time to upload them. Rachel, hello. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But anyway, that's where we were this weekend, and he enjoyed the campus as he thought he did. He enjoyed it very much, and it was my first time on that campus. Timothy Rainwaters, let me start over. Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. My wife took him on the tour of FSU the first time, and I went this time, and I was super duper impressed with it. And I, for what he's studying, it's a good fit. Florida, the University of Florida, is at times deemed maybe a more rigorous or prestigious college of the two, but they're both good. They're both top 20 schools in the country, public schools, that is. So, what did Jamie say about Dollar Tree cheese? Doesn't melt. We tried in the frying pan in the microwave with a lighter. It just doesn't melt. I remember, Mom, do you remember this? I remember having, and I hope this doesn't embarrass you, when I was a kid, you had a package of slices, and we tried to make grilled cheese with it. And I remember this because I was proud of myself. I looked on the package, and nowhere on the package did it say cheese. So, and it wasn't melting. So I don't know if you got that from the Dollar Tree or not. You're just trying it out. You know, it's a cheaper option. You know, some Dollar Trees have freezer sections. Not all of them, but the larger ones do. I didn't have any freezer items last night, but most everybody else did. When we were driving back from Tallahassee, we were just about to get back on the expressway. We stopped to get gas, and there was a Dollar Tree right there. So I popped in there to see if they had anything different, and they did. They had these hazelnut chocolate bars, and I tried it. I tried them on the show last night, and what made them very interesting is that they were imported from Ukraine. So, again, if you're interested in seeing the show, check out Pepper Tree Villa's live stream from last night. The boy's got to make a decision. He may have made one, who's to say, but hopefully I can let you know next week about that. All right. Derek and Gregory, welcome in. Part of the live stream as well. I think I mentioned it. Dilly dilly to you. All right. Last week I played Wordle on the show, and I if memory serves, I did really well. So I'd like to play again right now. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, here it is. Today's Wordle. Last week I started with the word moist, and I'm going to do that again. The reason I do that is because S and T are super popular letters. Pat Sajak will tell you that. And this word also has two vowels, so I feel like this checking off some, a lot of the boxes you want for a first word. And M, I don't know. So let's see. Let's see what we've got. So there's an S. All right. Let's make S, because that we know it's not the fourth letter. Let's make a word that starts with S. How about that? Serve. Okay, so there's no E, so I blew two boxes there with E. But we do know now that S is our first letter. So, how about, speaking of Dollar Tree food, now I know there was no R because it wasn't in the word serve, but we do now know that there is an A. It is not the fourth letter. So perhaps a word that's S-A. Let's just try it. S-A, and then what else don't we have here? Did I get all the vowels? I did, right? There's no U, so the only vowel is A. So there may be more than one A. There's no U. I was going to put sauna. That won't work. How about the word sandy? Sandy! No. All right. I've got two more chances here. What's going on? And I'm not looking at the chat. You guys can feel free to guess amongst yourselves. I will not be looking there. So we know A is not the second or fourth letter. So let's go here. Maybe H. Maybe A is the third letter. What word can I make out of this? Shack. None of these letters have been used. H-C-K, okay. All right. I've got one guess left. We know S-H-A. What letters? Again, there might be another A or another S or another H. Who knows? Shape? No, there's no E. What about the letters remaining that go together? If there are no other vowels, if there's not another A, and it would have to be the final letter. And I don't think there is another A, because I can't think with the remaining letters. There are no real words. So what could it be? Do we need Wordle music? There we go. Forgot I had Wordle music. Sorry. I'm sure some of you know it's staring you in the face, and you know it, and you're screaming it, and you just want to yell it out and tell me, but I won't let you. And do they usually, or have they ever had plural words in there? I don't know. I don't see a word. That doesn't mean it certainly doesn't mean that there isn't a real word there. I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. Let's see here. I only have one guess left. But I want to make it a good one. I don't care if I win or lose, but I want to make it a good one. Shall? Is it 2 L's? I'm going for it. That's all I could think of. Okay. All right. That was harder than I wanted it to be. Back to the comments so that I could read how everybody is making fun of me for not. No. Did anybody know that? Did I see it in the chat? Salad. That was a pretty good guess. Oh, Noah knew it. Noah, did you already play Wordle today? Or are you as brilliant as I think you are? Laura knew it as well. Wow, you guys. LL, Mom, I see that. Shawl, that was a good one too, Laura. I enjoy Wordle. That was pretty good. All right, it's time for intermission, and then my top 15 list. I had mentioned that I tried some potato chips I found from the Dollar Tree last night. And that inspired me for today's intermission video. And this is one that features potato chips. And I don't know if I've played this for you yet or not, but we're going to watch it again. So I'll see you again in 25 seconds for my top 15 list. Please enjoy. No cool voiceover with that one. That's okay. I liked it anyway. I recently purchased, as we all have, I'm saying this like I'm special, some things online. And I'm always looking for a top 15 subject, something I haven't done before. And when after I had made my online purchase, I thought to myself, well, certainly brick and mortar stores have to be really hurting now more than ever. Just seemingly every day there's closings. And how is the in-person retail experience, how is that doing right now? Because I didn't really know. But so that got me thinking this might make for a good top 15 list subject. I'm going to count down the most populous chain stores in America. I found out that some stores are doing just fine and are actually expanding. They're growing. They're building new stores all the time. And in creating this list, and you may have some stores in mind that you think are on this list, and you may even think you know what number one is. I was wrong. Number one is not what I thought it was, but it makes perfect sense to me. More on that when we get there. But today's list is going to count down the chain stores in America, whether they're grocery stores or department stores, or, spoiler alert, there are no department stores on there. Home improvement stores. You get it. They're all on there. Now, some of these are companies that have more than one brand in their corporation. So I'll get to that in time. Oh, let me play my banner. Did I save it? Yeah, here we go. All right. Did I do this right? Number 15 with the UCLA colors. I don't know why. All right. Let's see. Number 15 on the list. One that's near and dear to Floridians. This is Publix supermarkets. They have over 1,500 stores in the United States. It's one of the fastest growing employee-owned supermarket chains in the U.S. It was founded in 1930. The grocery store chain is now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. And its world headquarters is right here in Lakeland, Florida. So, Jamie misses Publix. Publix is a great store. It can be a little pricey. It's maybe pricier than Winn-Dixie, which is another one of our chains around here. It is a better store, though. They have more. Winn-Dixie, the one by us anyway, is like a glorified convenience store. Nobody goes to Winn-Dixie to purchase their full supply of groceries or groceries. I don't know how you say it. But they do at Publix. I don't know how Winn-Dixie stays in business. Winn-Dixie has had to close a lot of stores in the last few years. Anyway, Publix is number 15. How about that? Jamie comes to Publix every time they're down here. That's what you do. Pub subs. Publix, they have at their deli counter, they make submarine sandwiches, affectionately known as pub subs. And those are a hit. Those are pretty good. And they have a variety. It's like going to Subway, where you order a sub right there in the grocery store, and they make it right there in front of you, just like the sandwich artists at Subway. Is Publix owned by a British person? No, I don't believe so. A Floridian. Well, the founder is, I think, has passed on, but the founder's family, I think, still is part of the brain trust there. Rhonda doesn't have a lot of choices, so Publix it is. It's a must-do on Florida vacation. Absolutely. I get that. All right, number 14. Getting it ready. I did mention home improvement stores. Lowe's companies. Lowe's is an American retail company specializing in home improvement. Members of the public can browse for tools, appliances, building supplies, carpet, bathroom lighting, and more, while professionals can take advantage of trade discounts. There's this store, and there have been through history. There have been a number of stores like this, big box home improvement stores, and only a few remain. What was the one? It had a green sign on it. H something? I don't remember. And then there was, I don't remember any of them. Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome in. Let's see. National Limon Cake Day. Thanks for the tidbit. I didn't know that. Yes, Lowe's is our second closest home improvement store. More on that later. All right. Number 13 is... I thought this would be higher on the list. But here it is at number 13. Target. Savvy shoppers in the U.S. use Target stores to purchase everything from groceries and essentials to clothing and electronics. The American Retail Corporation is thought to be the 8th largest by revenue in the United States. You've got your Targets, you've got your Super Targets. And of the big box stores like this and the blue one and Kmart, which no longer exists, Target's the nicest of those. Yeah, I thought Target would be much higher on this list. But, I mean, 13. That's pretty good, too, I guess. You know what just missed the list? Apple stores. Everything on my list has at least 1,000 stores. For example, there are 1,700 Lowe's locations, and Target has 1,897. So it is the 13th most populous chain store in America. How about that? Speaking of home improvement stores, at number 12, we've got the Home Depot. Now, does anybody really say the word "the" when they refer to this store? You just say Home Depot, right? But there it is in the title, The Home Depot. You hear it on the commercial, but you don't care. I don't. I just call it Home Depot. You going to know Home Depot or Lowe's? I don't know which one's closer. What does my paper say? It's the largest home improvement retailer in the U.S., supplying tools, construction products, and many more. The chain, which was founded in the late 1970s, is primarily found in big box format stores across the country. Who wrote this? Because I guess they're laying it down for us, but it's written as if we've never heard of the Home Depot, which is fine. Rhonda says the Home Depot by their corporate office is the worst one. Really? Huh. Did I go around and take all these photos? I took them from Google. That's what I did. All right. Number 11, and I'm not familiar with this one because it's foreign owned, and I've actually never heard of this corporation before. But I do have a picture of, because there are a number of brands under this umbrella. I'll just show you what they are. The company is called Royal, and I'm just guessing how it's said, Royal Ahold Delhaize. I don't know if that's how you say it. The Dutch grocery retail company operates supermarkets, convenience stores, hypermarkets, whatever that is, in addition to having a sizable online presence. Again, they're a Dutch company. Some of their U.S. brands are Giant Food, Hannaford, Stop and Shop, and Food Lion. And you can see some other ones there as well. I don't have any of those stores near me here in Florida. Except once upon a time, before Winn-Dixie was Winn-Dixie, it was called Sweet Bay, before Winn-Dixie bought them out. And Sweet Bay would sell Hannaford brand products. And I didn't even know that was its own store. So perhaps Sweet Bay was also a part of this conglomerate and was sold to Winn-Dixie once upon a time. So I think we still have some Hannaford, like a box of plastic forks or something around here. Nerd Herders say that those are Hannaford and Stop and Shop are up their way. Okay. And Michelle the Quilter, by the way, hello, Michelle. Hannaford in Central New York. This I did not know. Thanks for filling me in, guys. Key Food? Is that on there? I don't know Key Food. Oh. How about that? Rhonda says, think Food Lion was in Ohio. And Stop and Shop was a convenience store. Okay. Anyway, there are 1,985 such stores in the United States. 1985. And Rhonda says they also have a Little Giant. Good to know. Thanks for filling me in. I wasn't aware. Let's go we're in the top 10 now. And here's another conglomerate. This company has many names under its umbrella, corporate umbrella. This is Albertsons Companies. This American grocery company is a staple of the U.S. high street and reportedly had 270,000 employees in 2019. Much less now, I guess. Albertsons is also believed to be North America's second largest supermarket chain. Some brands owned by Albertsons are Acme Markets, Safeway, and Vons, which is, I think there was a Vons once upon a time in Orlando, but is that not a California company? I don't know. Anyway, we used to have an Albertsons in our neck of the woods, but it is no longer an Albertsons. It is now a gym of some sort, a Planet Fitness or whatever. There is now a Sprouts in that same plaza, but not an Albertsons anymore. And frankly, it was here maybe the first 12 years we lived here in Florida, and I don't ever remember going into an Albertsons. It wasn't the closest one. Wasn't the closest store to us, so we just never went in there. Simba 2, did I say hi to you? If I did not, hi. Simba 2 says we have a Safeway down the street when we lived in California. Okay, so Safeway's a California name. All right. Number 9 on the list. Where are we? Oh, a favorite. You hear me talk about this store all the time. This is Aldi. Aldi has more than 10,000 supermarkets in 20 countries around the world. Now, we're only talking about the stores they have in the U.S. Founded by brothers Carl and Theo Albrecht in 1946, today it boasts an estimated combined global turnover of more than $57.88 billion. That's billion with a B. Aldi also owns Trader Joe's, and I saw Noah put Trader Joe's in there in the chat earlier. So here we are at number 9. Miss Amy, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Welcome. We're counting down the top 15 biggest chain stores in America. Aldi has 2,600 stores. That's just in the United States. And this is an example of a company that's expanding. There are new stores all the time. Not only Aldi, but Trader Joe's as well. So, yeah. I love Aldi. I used to think it was the like the Dollar Tree of grocery stores, but I don't think that anymore. I found out about their business model. It's just different, and it's designed to keep costs down, which they pass on to the customer. I sound like I'm doing an ad for them, but I'm really not. But, they have a skeleton crew. They only have like 4 or 5 employees at a time. They don't have a bagger, so they don't have to pay that employee. You bag your own thing or take the boxes that they have on the shelves. Everything is streamlined. All of their in-store brands are covered in barcodes, so the cashier doesn't have to take time to find the barcode to scan it. It's just they grab it and they scan it and they put it in the cart. And that's a time-saving measure as well. So I'm a big fan of Aldi, and they've got some interesting stuff, a lot of organic stuff, stuff that's comparable to what's in Trader Joe's, which is not nearly as close to us as an Aldi is. Sir Gary says, wait till you get a Lidl's near you. I don't think I've ever heard of Lidl's. Is that how you say it? Lidl's? Did you misspell it and it's something else? I don't know. I've never seen that. And this is interesting. I never thought of this, but you hear about PTV talking about Trader Joe's all the time. They don't have an Aldi near them. That is just backwards to me. That's not my experience at all. But they're in Southern California now. They're heading your way. I can guarantee you that. And I think once you have both Aldi and Trader Joe's, I think you're going to find it very interesting. Some of the similar items that they have, they won't all be the same. If and certainly Trader Joe's has a lot more, like their in-house Trader Joe's brand stuff. There's a lot more of that, but I dig Aldi as well. I love both those stores, frankly. Arjon's, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Wait a minute. Little. So Rhonda is also spelling it that way. Lidl. Little. Pronounced Lidl. Thank you, Rhonda. Lidl's is Aldi's competition, says Gary. I would love to experience Lidl's. That name suggests that they are a European company as well, perhaps, just by its spelling. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Don't really know. I'm interested to look up Lidl's. Rhonda gets her German sweets there. I'm intrigued now. Thanks, guys. Let's see what's at number 8. Oh, another corporation. Oh, they are both German companies. Thank you, Gary. Number 8 on the list of most popular chain stores in America, Kroger. Kroger companies, actually. You can see the Kroger logo in the top left there. And these are all the companies under the Kroger banner. The American retail company, founded by Bernard Kroger in 1883 in Cincinnati, is the largest supermarket in the U.S. by revenue. Kroger is also the 7th largest American-owned private employer in the country. That I did not know. I know I think they have a high-rise. Their world headquarters, or whatever you want to call that, is a high-rise in Cincinnati. I see Fry's on there. Rhonda is saying they've all closed. I did not know that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That was in Orlando. I think it was Vons, though. On the east side of Walt Disney World property. I don't think it's still there. But whatever that grocery store was, I thought it was Vons. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Kroger with 2,922 stores in the United States. How about that? They don't have them here in Florida. None of those companies. Not that I was familiar with. Number 7. Where are we? Okay. Number 7. Talked a lot about them today. Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree with... Wait a minute. If this is... Okay, I think there's a misprint here. All right, Dollar Tree, I believe, has 5,375 stores in the United States. Formerly known as Only $1. Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember when they were called Only $1? I don't. It's a U.S. chain of discount variety stores selling items for, it says here $1 or less. It's actually now $1.25 or less. The Fortune 500 company operates more than, now this says 15,000 stores. I don't think that's right. If it is, they should be higher on the list. Okay. They're in the 48 contiguous U.S. states and Canada. I don't really know how many stores they have. This, by the way, I'm getting all my figures from an article that was in Newsweek last October, written by Tom Fish. And I didn't recognize that this may be... If 15,000 is correct, this should be number 2 on the list. But if it's only 5,000, then it's in its right place. Let's move on. Tom Fish. All right. Get your act together, Tom Fish. Donna Jaworski, season's greetings. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Hope you're doing well. We are at number 6. We're counting down the most populous chain stores in the United States. Number 6, CVS Health Corporation. This is a U.S. healthcare company. It's one of the world's 7th largest companies by revenue. The company owns many brands, including retail pharmacy chain CVS Pharmacy, pharmacy benefits manager CVS Caremark, and Aetna, a health insurance provider. CVS has 9,813 stores. Okay, I'm seeing another discrepancy here in the numbers. If that's true, they should be higher on the list. They should be number 3 behind Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, the numbers are all screwed up. I guess this is in no particular order. That's what I'm going to say now. Yes, there's a bunch of CVS's around here. There's also a bunch of these at number 5. Walgreens, same store, right? Kinda. Walgreens Boots Alliance is the holding company, headquartered in Illinois, for pharmacy chains Walgreen and Boots, among many others. The company employs more than 450,000 people across more than 25 countries. It says here there are 8,760 Walgreens in the United States. So that, I'm going to say the CVS number was right. So Walgreens should be fourth on the list. CVS should be third. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm sorry the numbers are wrong. This is so confusing. But they're a big company. I'm embarrassed. All right, number 4, and I thought this was going to be number 1 because they're everywhere in podunk areas, and I just thought Walmart was going to be the biggest, and certainly by revenue, isn't it? It is. Let's see what it says here. This American multinational retail corporation operates a chain of hypermarkets, discount. I'm not familiar with that term, hypermarkets. It operates discount department stores and grocery stores. Walmart is the world's largest company by revenue. I guess that's what I was thinking of. As well as being the world's largest private employer with 2.2 million employees. And years ago, Walmart got a lot of flack for moving into areas that had mom and pop stores. You know, these were out of the area locations, and Walmart would target these areas and put in their stores, and that's how they became so big, because there was little competition. The only competition were these mom and pop stores. Consequently, all these mom and pop stores went out of business because they could not compete with Walmart. I don't hear that criticism of Walmart anymore. I haven't heard that in a long time. Perhaps because there are no more mom and pops to run out of business. Cloud9, that's right. Yes, Walmart. They were killing the small business. That's right, Jamie. I used to hear that all the time. I just don't hear that anymore. Maybe, I don't know if everybody's just resigned to the fact that Walmart is everywhere or whatever. I don't know. Hello, Ben. Hope work was well. All right, let's move on. Number 3 on the list of most populous chain stores, and this is the home improvement store that is closest to our house. Ace Hardware. Who saw this one coming? I certainly didn't. This is an American hardware retailers cooperative based in Illinois. In addition to being the world's largest hardware retail cooperative, Ace is the largest non-grocery U.S. retail cooperative. It says here that there are 4,647 stores. That's a lot less than Walmart, and certainly a lot less than Walgreens and CVS. So this should be lower on the list, but it's number 3. What are you going to do? Like I said, this one is closest to our house. We live in a neighborhood that they built on an old ranch that kind of in the middle of nowhere. The sprawl is happening, and we're getting more things built all the time. But we border civilization and horse country property. The people that have horses. So we're right on the border of those two worlds, and so there isn't a good place closer to us to put a Lowe's or a the Home Depot. Surf Bum, hi, good to see you. But Ace, the Ace by us is right in a small shopping plaza that also hosts a barber shop and a pizzeria. So Aces are much smaller, and they're not they don't have the variety of products that a Lowe's or the Home Depot would. But I don't. Did I miss something? I don't know what that means. And wild boars. I don't know what that means. Moving on. Number 2. Another company that has many brands under its belt. They call themselves TJX Companies, and you can see a couple of their stores right there, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. This off-price department store corporation is headquartered in Massachusetts. The retailer is perhaps best known as the leading off-price retailer of apparel and home fashions in the U.S. Some of the bigger brands you can see here, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, and Home Sense are also part of TJX Companies. So, yeah, we've got those. We've got those here. Glorified flea markets. I can't argue with that. These are the people who killed our Barnes and Noble. Ace? No. Moving on. Number 1, we are here, and this is by far the biggest, and I did not see this coming, but then when I thought about it, makes perfect sense, and I can see this company is growing by leaps and bounds. The number 1 most populous retailer or chain store in America. Dollar General has 17,348 stores as of last October, and I think that number has grown because just on my drive to Walt Disney World, they just opened up a Dollar General, and this is before I get on the expressway, before I hit I-4. There's about a 20-minute commute from my house to I-4, and they just opened a Dollar General maybe 2 weeks ago, brand new, in the middle of nowhere seeming, and they're building another one that's about halfway done. And PTV has a couple of Dollar Generals there. I think I've been into a Dollar General once because I thought it was a dollar store. It is not a $1 store. The retailer with the greatest physical store presence in the U.S. sells an assortment of the most popular brands at competitively low prices. Dollar General has grown to become one of the most profitable stores in rural America, reaching revenue of approximately $27 billion, and that was 2 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago, in 2019. Yeah. I think they're following the Walmart business model where they're going into areas that have very little competition. And this is going to be like a larger convenience store. Like I was telling you what Winn-Dixie is. But this store has a smaller footprint. It's a much smaller store than a full-size supermarket is. So, yeah. Dollar General, number 1 on today's list. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for today's show. Next week, I hope to have a college decision to share with you for the boy. I'm pretty sure I will. I'll be back next week, eating more stuff, playing more Wordle, whatever. Everybody, thank you so much. Gary, again, thank you so much for the super chat. And by the way, I want to thank Downscale. I thanked him in the Mouse Talk chat last week. He sent me a super chat last week, and I missed it during the show, but I saw it afterward, and I thanked him in that chat. So Downscale, wherever you are, thank you for that. And Gary, thank you for today's super chat. Too kind of you. And by the way, last week's top 15 list, I counted down 15 songs from 45 years ago. And while they didn't kick me off during the live stream, they did send me 7 copyright notices for the little snippets of music at a very low volume. I still got hit with 7 notices. They weren't strikes, so I'm not in trouble, but just interesting. I can't monetize that live stream, not that I needed to, but just thought you might like to know. 7 different copyright notices, which are... for the most part, harmless. Thanks, everybody. I assume Mouse Talk is live right now, so let's head over there and say hi to Walt and Melissa. And tomorrow we'll say hi to Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. and then D&G Explorers at 8 p.m. Ending broadcast right now. I'm playing my goodbye video. See you. Hey, Dad Builds! Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Good night, everybody.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.